You good? Anywho, so would you like to do the intro?
I'd love to do the intro. Here it goes. Welcome back to Corks and Controllers. As always, I'm joined by the lovely cheesy counselor.
You're supposed to say your name first.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm your best friend in the whole wide world, Victor
There we go.
Alfacio. And joining me is your second best friend in the whole wide world.
Yes. Yes, yes. Yay. Do a little intro for me too, please, Octavio.
Make us like a Dragon Ball like power up, like whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Or you could look at my latest new favorite anime. I already forgot what it's called, but
Fate Stay Night.
yeah, that shit. And do the little power up moves in there. They get like all colorful and shit. It reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh, honestly.
I like how on paper you're like, I like this game or I like this show called Fate, which is just like it just sounds like just so like epic and just maybe like an action adventure kind of thing. It's like, but I didn't like the wholesome cooking show. That one scares me.
Yeah. I mean, it's like literally because I mean, it's like so this cooking show is just like so wholesome, but it's like I'm scared someone's gonna die. It's like one of those too good to be true things. So that's why I'm like, nah, fuck this. And then I started watching that anime like literally yesterday. So I will eat crow.
So instead, you'll just stay with the mainline show.
Yeah, no. Well, apparently there's like 5 different ones.
Yeah, Fate's like that.
And then there's a video game too.
It's like that.
Yeah. So I guess I'm actually dabbling now with the real animes.
Yeah. God, there's the long-standing one and like the most popular one's like a Fate Grand Order. And
Video game or anime?
it's both actually.
Oh, fucking Christ.
Yeah, the Fate. They milk every sub-series for as far as it can go. And yeah, that one, my only like connection with it is that there's like a PlayStation VR demo that was like showcasing like just what the headset can do, but using like that IP. And all it literally was like you stand there and this girl like turns from like just regular civilian clothes and then like change into like this skippy battle armor, and she's like jumping around with like her giant fucking axe thing. She's like doing flips and stuff like that, and you're just standing there watching her being like oh, there's the underside of her butt. Oh, her boobs are in my face. Oh, like that. And I was just like, is this what Fate is?
I mean, that's kind of what I've learned so far is that I know there's this really interesting chick named Saber. I have yet to really get to know her. Mm-hmm. And then there's the chef guy. His name is Amaya. She something, damn it. It's Sharoop. The fuck I know. But ginger head dude. That's all I really know. Spiky red hair. I mean, like that really narrows it down, right? Mm-hmm. Like spiky hair dude with red hair. Yeah, I could be talking about fucking Gohan in level 5 Super Saiyan for all I fucking know. It's a great show though. It's confusing as fuck. I don't know what the hell's going on, but the colors are nice.
Shiru. Mia?
That guy. Yeah, little red.
Yeah, Shiro.
Yeah, Carrot Top. That's how I remember him.
But
wait, what the hell is that first picture? What the hell?
I don't know.
Powers?
Well, yeah, I assume in the main show he has powers.
I have yet to find that out. All I know is that he can make a killer omelet.
Yeah, and the cooking one, that's probably what he looked like. Or no, he probably
he wears an apron usually.
Sure. We're finding things out right now.
Literally, yeah. So his name is Shiru Maya. Uh-huh. Yeah, because the show I was watching was tonight's menu for the Maya family.
Yeah.
That makes more sense now. Mm-hmm. But I still didn't know his name. Ooh, quick interjection. I learned...
Oh, careful. That's caseless phone.
Yeah. I learned how to make something called Toshikoshi Soba off that show. And it was fucking great.
Ooh.
I don't know what it is anymore, but...
I do like soba.
Yeah, the cool thing is you could drink it. Well, you do, but either hot or cold. And it's fucking great.
Yeah. Soba's awesome. Now, Victor.
Yes.
Shall we get on with the feature drinks?
Yes, we shall. Where's the corkscrew?
Oh, now it's in front of me.
Oh.
Actually, wait. I got to be extra. I'll be right back. You distract the good boys and girls at home.
Alrighty, so today we're going to cover the main appellations of the great region of Bordeaux. So on the left bank, you have, starting at the top, what is known as Saint Estèphe. Then below that, you have Saint Julien, I think. I could be wrong, but I think it's Saint Julien. Then you also have Pauillac, you have Margaux. Then at the very bottom of the left bank, you have Paysac-Léognan, and you have Graves, which is collectively known as Graves. And then on the right bank, you have what is known as the Libournais. So you have Saint-Emilion, and then the Saint-Emilion satellites. So there's Puisiguen, oh, he's back. Okay, back to the show.
All right.
They're going to hate that segment.
I had to be extra and grab this one.
Ooh, so for the sake of our lovely friend here, we're not going to disclose his name to protect his privacy because we don't want this company to come back and bite him in the ass. But our lovely friend has hooked us up with some Duckhorn wines.
Oh, yeah. I know. Not sponsored. Yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yet.
But anyways, Victor, now even though, strangely enough, I'm the one acquiring the bottle of wine for the evening, I'm sure you know way more about Paraduxx than I do, though.
Actually, I don't. So I know about the Duckhorn family. So the Duckhorn family, they go back quite some time. So they are famous for starting back up in the... Oh, you want to use the foil cutter to get the foil off first? I'm actually going to slice your finger.
But what if it's cooler?
Yeah, but you're going to have like finger slices.
Fine.
And you don't want to get finger slices now, do you?
I will for views.
Oh my God. So yeah, the Duckhorn family, they go back to the late 70s, early 80s up in the Napa Valley. So they are famous solely for their Cabernet and for their Merlot. So back in the good old days in the Napa Valley, they were one of the original pioneers back there. Well, not original, but some of the semi-original pioneers. And would you like some help?
I'm really good at this.
You go, Victor. You go.
I'm making a mess.
Okay, yeah, we're about there. We're just about there.
Anyways.
So the Duckhorn family, they were known for their Cabernet and for their Merlot, more specifically for their Three Palms Merlot, which, funny enough, comes from a vineyard with literally 3 palm trees. That's how that thing was named. But yeah, so long story short, they did become a bit of a larger wine company, not winery, when they started producing a second label called the Decoy, which is made by Duckhorn. And then they also have Paraduxx, which is a separate winery up in the Napa Valley. And then in Anderson Valley, they have another property, can't remember right now. They have a few of them. And then most recently, they did acquire Calera. They also have Costa Brown. And then they also have Migration. I think Migration is the one I'm thinking about. That's the Anderson Valley. So the Paraduxx, this is one of their Bordeaux blends. So this is going to be a majority of Cabernet, Merlot, Petit Verdot, Cabernet Franc, and Malbec. And this is what, 2021?
2020.
Oh, the vintage from hell.
All right. Wow.
And this is a pricey one too.
Why don't they list the grapes on the back?
So actually, cool story. So if you look at this wine, it says Proprietary Red. So back in the good old days when the Napa Valley, I forget which association had some credibility. They used to have something called a Napa Valley. Oh my God, why am I blanking on the term? Christ almighty, my good sir. We are getting sauced up tonight, aren't we?
Oh, was that too much?
So there was something called the Meritage. So the Meritage...
I'm good sauced.
Yeah, we love a saucy boy.
All eyes on them.
So the Napa Valley Meritage, you had to pretty much submit it to the Meritage Association or the Napa Valley Association, can't remember. But pretty much back then, if you wanted to call your wine a Meritage, you had to make sure that it was a majority of Cabernet Sauvignon with Cabernet Franc, Merlot, Malbec, Petit Verdot, Carmenere, and Saint-Macaire. And then for the white Meritage, it had to be made with mostly Sauvignon Blanc with supporting grapes of Muscadel and Sauvignon Blanc, pretty much a Napa Valley Bordeaux wine. Where they fell out of favor is that every time that you applied for this, you had to pay money to call it a Meritage, and you also had to give the association a case of your wine. So obviously that got old rather quickly. So now it's very, very rare to see the name Meritage on a bottle of wine. Now they usually just call it Proprietary Red Blend. If it says Napa Valley, chances are it's going to be Cabernet based.
Is that program still active?
It is still active, yes, but not very used. And millennials like us don't really give two shits about it either.
Oh no, all I care about is what's in this bottle.
Precisely, yeah.
And what it smells like.
Yeah, precisely. Like. We don't really give a shit about designating it as, Meritage. It's like, if you were to poll 90%, poll 100% of all the millennial wine drinkers, I'm pretty sure 90% of them won't even know what a Meritage is. and 95% of them won't even care.
I certainly remember at a certain day job when someone asked me if I can find a Meritage, I was just like, is that a grape? And like, I'm just like typing away at our specialty computer, being like, oh, switching the handheld, being like, where the hell is, and then like only like 3 bottles would pop up. I'm like, where is this stuff?
The only reason I know what a Meritage wine is because part of that lovely day job on a test I had to take, it asked the question, what are the qualifications for a wine to be designated as a Meritage? Mm-hmm. One of my biggest irks also, side note, is when these boomers would come and say, where are your Meritage wines at?
I was literally about to say Meritage.
It's like, what? They're fucking... The word is based off of wines of merit and heritage. This is not a French word. Meritage. Oh my God.
Meritage.
So, chin chin.
Oh.
Prost. Salute.
Very nice. Kampai. That's what I was like, what? There's no way I forgot it. Anyways.
Oh, guacamole. There's a fruit bomb. Tons of oak. Tons of vanilla.
Ooh, it's almost all oak for me. Ooh, I'm getting vanilla now, though.
Yes. This is what the old folk love.
We're in Boomertown right now.
This is Boomertown 101, correct.
Highway 101, Boomertown.
This goes against every fiber of my being and what I think a good wine is. But it's a properly made wine. I mean, it check marks all the boxes for what makes a wine for somebody who would be shopping in the boomer demographic, what they would like. They want fruity, they want low tannin, they want lots of vanilla, lots of oak, and something you could drink down.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I'm glad we got there.
Again, not a horrible wine. Not even a bad wine.
Yeah, especially after the Bacchus from the last
Oh,
episode.
Christ. Oh, my God.
So
that just soured my taste.
So this is pleasant now.
Oh, and also, I'm sorry that I want to pull the excuse card here, but we're also late a show because of my fair inkling. We were supposed to do a show last week where we tasted a 1986 Clos du Val Napa Valley Cabernet. Yeah, I kind of dropped the ball on that one. Big time. Big time.
Did you drink it?
I did.
I was just like...
That is why we couldn't shoot the show in the following morning, because I had gone through 1.5 liters of that shit. I went to a dinner, and at that dinner, that wine was served, and 3D cats were printed. Yeah, it was a pretty wonderful evening.
3D cats?
I'll bring you one. I got I put them in my office right now. They're like commanding a bunch of different inquiries. They're like, what the fuck? Because there's 3 of them lined up. One's a blue one. No, one's a white one. One's a black one. One's like a brown one.
Yeah.
And they're all standing in a certain pose. And when you look at them, you're just like, what the fuck? No. It makes no sense, because they're like, why is there a hexagon driven cat like caricature standing next to 2 other ones that are looking at you, and you're just like, what kind of backstrap bullshit is this?
So they're tiny little friends.
They're about this big.
So they can fit on my...
Oh, they actually totally could. Oh my God.
Nice. I was going to say earlier, I was just like, instead of the Meritage program where you have to give me a case, in order to record the next episode, you have to give me a cat.
Oh my God, the cat tax.
You want your certification. You want to be
the cat tax.
Immortalized on Course Controller. You got to bring me a cat.
Ooh, what color would you like?
Oh, well, as you may or may not know, my favorite color is green.
I don't have a green one, but I can...
Okay, what about gray?
I don't have a gray one.
Well,
I have a white one, a black one, and a brown one. I might be able to come across a green one, though.
Does the white one look like Mako?
In a way, maybe. I mean, it's hexagons.
I can paint the little orange-brown spots on the light brown.
Not necessarily. No? Again, they're weird because it's literally hexagons made into a cat. Yeah, but they're 3D, but there's gaps, like a gajillion little gaps.
That's fine. I painted small things before. In another life, if I hit my head in a certain way growing up, I would have totally been a Gundam person. Those little models where like you build little robots and then paint them yourself.
Oh, I thought that was like you were gonna be like a brain surgeon.
Well, no, I hate
because you gotta like have or a dentist. The dentists have a really stressful job.
Oh no. I can't stand touching other people. You're a nice
Oh, I feel graced by the benevolence of the anime god.
Now, switch that over. If me and you were in a very expensive yacht crash, I don't know why it's a yacht, and then like a surgeon's like a part of you got cut open, and the surgeon's off-duty surgeon's trying to help you, and he's like, you hold this down, and I'll be screaming. I'm like, oh god.
Oh my god! So you wouldn't be able to what's that, like when a bullfighter gets stabbed in like the leg and he's just gushing out blood and you gotta hold the goddamn artery down. You wouldn't be able to do that.
I would hope the adrenaline rush of saving one of my best friends would help me out, but other than that, I think a lot of blood will do it for me. I'll probably just I'll puke in your wound.
I mean, might as well, get it over with. If I'm gonna get sepsis, might as well just have it be given to me by a good friend. It's like, yeah, my best friend took me the fuck out, literally.
Victor, shall we continue on with the show?
Yes, but I am currently looking at I thought you were grabbing cookies earlier, and I'm like, what the fuck? You have the whole Mexican mother set up over there.
Oh.
El surtido colonial.
Oh, I'm sorry. I ate most of that already.
No, I don't want any. You're good. I'm just saying, damn, Victor has the Mexican in him today.
Yeah, we had
fuck that dog in him. He got that Mexican in him.
we've had that for a little while, and I was like the only one eating it, and I was just like, I keep.
You drink it with a little cup of coffee.
Nicole's. I did. Nicole,
you are an abuelita.
Nicole's gonna absolutely hate this, but. Our little inside joke is that she's secretly racist against me, even though we're dating.
You said it on air.
I may have to cut this out, but like it's like playful. It's just like, you don't care for my Mexican heritage, and I bring that box being like, these are legitimately good, and like I think she had like 2 cookies, and I was just like, come on, man, it's been like 2 weeks. We gotta hurry and finish these up. Does
she not like tacos?
She loves tacos.
Okay, so she's not. A colonist.
I was eating not that it's necessarily Mexican, it's more like general Spanish, but I was eating a chorizo burrito this morning, and she was just like, maybe it's the smell, maybe it's just the way it looks when it cooks. I don't know.
I mean, chorizo, you got to really know what you're doing with that one.
Yeah,
because I mean, like, I really like a firm style of chorizo, not like the super soppy, like liquidy one.
I was disappointed with the one I bought. Yeah,
the one in a tube.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, yeah, that gives me the heebie-jeebies.
I think it's the brand, but maybe it is all the one.
Was it? Is it a cacique or is it a mexicano?
I think it's a mexicano.
Yeah, that's no.
Yeah, no good.
We like to buy our chorizo directly from the carniceria, where they're hanging up to dry, and then you got like, that's the best one.
There you go. Oh man,
damn! Look at us talking about chorizo when we should be talking about video games and booze.
Man, when I was living near Auburn, which is near Sacramento.
Which is near what famous brewery? Auburn is home to...
Crooked Lanes?
No.
Oh, man.
Aren't they a Belgian brewery?
I was so upset that I didn't realize how close they were when I lived up there. Oh, God. It's slipping.
They're a Belgian brewery, right?
It's slipping.
It's not Moonlight. Moonlight's in Santa Rosa. It's a very famous brewery, because I know the only reason why I would ever go to Auburn would be for that.
Now I feel like do you not know, or are you trying to make me guess?
Both?
Both.
I know it's a Belgian brewery, because one of my comrades at a former employer would like, it's not Allagash.
Knee Deep?
No.
I love Moonraker?
Is it Moonraker?
Moonraker, like everyone loves.
I don't know. I think it might be Moonraker. But I was expecting more of a pizzazz.
Yeah, I just remember, that Moonraker and Cricket Lanes, like they were really good, and I enjoyed bringing their beers into my
location
other locations.
Oh, you got them in?
Well, not here in our lovely hometown of Fresno, but
are they on the way here? Don't we them? Don't use that little godforsaken app to send your shit up to Portland and then be like, oh, sorry. Totally thought you were living in a different state. No. But anywho, let's continue on to the chorizo of the show.
Well, let's. Who would you like to go first?
I got a difficult one for you, so you pick your poison here, my good sir.
Okay. Let's start with you.
I mentioned the pairing?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So let me set the scene. Okay. I am having dinner with, for all intents and purposes, like 5 scientists. That is how the 3D printed cats came about, right?
You and your dinners.
So I showed up with 3 different bottles of wine. One of them was a 2013 Topless Creek Roussanne, which, for all the drama and beef that I quabble and squabble with Roussanne,
you bring the trouble to everyone else.
I know. So this time Roussanne was on its best behavior.
Wow.
I get handed a glass of this random white wine, and I'm like, the fuck is this? Why are you giving me a Sauterne? Because I brought a Sauterne, I brought the Clos de Vol, and I brought that Roussanne.
Right.
And I get handed the glass, and I'm like, why the fuck did they open the Sauterne first? And so I'm sniffing, and I'm like, damn, this smells like mangoes. It smells like peaches. It smells like guava. It smells like honey.
It's kind of fucked.
It smells really, really good. And then I take a sip, and I'm like, this is kind of dry, and it's kind of bitter, but like really oiling, like super velvety. And then I'm like, hold the fuck up. This ain't no goddamn Sauterne. What the fuck? And so I turned to the host, and I'm like, which one did you open? And she was like, yeah, this Roussanne's like really good. And I'm like,
oh my God.
Those 3 words do not summarize the ecstasy I felt at that very moment. I'm like, for every fucking 100 Roussannes I put up with, there's always the one that makes it worth it. And this one was the one.
Wow.
It was firing on all cylinders. That bottle of wine, I regret to say, was gone like within 10 minutes.
Wow. And no invite.
We could have Corvined it if I had, the foresight that previous day, because it was part of that little trio. But oh my God, was it good? But that's not the pairing. That is not the pairing by any means.
Your mental state was part. You grabbed the bottle and went like, "Oh, you fucking asshole!" And you just threw it in the bag.
I was exasperated that one. But the actual pairing is the Sauterne. So the Sauterne gets served at the very, very end with the cake from Whole Foods of all things. It was this really weird, flamboyant, pink frosted, like looks like retro 70s frosting. That wasn't frosting. It was like whipped cream, but it wasn't whipped cream. It was freaking weird. And it had like cocoa nibs, and it was dry as fuck. Yeah, the cake was pretty lackluster, but the wine. So that Sauterne, when I tell you, it reminded me of home. Oh my God. It reminded me of a home I do not have that I can only wish to have. I took a sniff, and oh my God. I mean, if I could, in a way, it sounds really weird to say, but when I took the first sniff, I got like coconuts and bananas and pineapples. I was like, damn, I'm in the tropics, like in this little hut, just like lounging. But then it's like, the more this bottle of wine was a 2001 Cigalas Rabad First Growth Sauterne. The more I swirled it around, the more honeyed and apricot-y and like mushroomy and like donutty it got. It got to the point that it literally smelled like just one of those plain, freshly fried donuts. It was like this yeasty meets like sweet, meets like vanilla, meets bready, but like meets like, I don't know, just fucking delicious. It just tasted delicious, and it just felt like I'm now in a cabin. I feel like fucking, oh my God, those little fucking bears on Sleepy Time tea. I was just like, I'm sitting here with this little tiny glass of wine that's making me feel comfort. What the fuck is this? So obviously I take a sip with it after eating that adulterous cake, and the cake was not horrible. It wasn't great, but the wine definitely made up for it. And oh my God, the feelings that wine made me feel were not natural. Because it's not so much that they were erotic feelings. It was more like, why is this making me think of a home I never had? Like, I am not an adopted child. I am not, a child of the streets. I did not have a bad childhood. Like, why is it that this wine is making me feel like I have this perfect, cozy little house, and I'm just, like in it, and I'm just like content with life. So, my good sir, I pose to you, what anime or video game has made you feel that this could be my home and I would be perfectly happy to live in it?
Man, that is tough. That is a toughie.
What media makes you feel like a sleepy time bear?
Sleepy time bear. I love that little fucker with his fucking old-fashioned nightcap.
All right, I know, and his fucking slippers and his little hot cup of tea, and his eyes are closed, and it's like, what the fuck you looking at, bitch?
And yet the candle's lit. It's like, aren't you going to bed?
Yeah, you little fucking pyromaniac.
It's just like 2 edits away from like violating the old Winnie the Pooh copyright, but now we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Isn't it Christopher Robin's? Is it just me or is this shit tasting sweet?
It's getting there, yeah. Yeah, like I mean, it is my weekend.
Damn, you are deep on that one.
It is my weekend, but I'm naturally like going in for more sips. So
I'm gonna get saucy.
I know. Oh man, this is a toughy one. It was weird because like the last one, you're like, this one's gonna brutalize you, and you sent me like the devil emoji, and I was just like, nah, I got it. This time you're just like, this is pleasant, and this is your new home, and I'm just like, I never had a home.
Pretty much, yeah.
Damn. Oh.
What video game or anime just makes you feel comforted?
Oh.
Like it's just the epitome of wholesome.
Oh, I got it. Oh, I got it right now. It's in my brain, and I'm so happy.
Oh, look at it. The Sautern effect.
I'm like, not only is the sauciness affecting me, but the feelings are affecting me, and what's affecting me more is that I still own this game on PlayStation. I can download it right now. It's really, it's so good. Okay, enough stalling. So, Mr. Victor.
Yes.
The video game that I am pairing with your, what's it called again?
2001 Chateau Cigalas Rabat First Grow Sautern.
Cigalas? Oh my God, I can't follow you.
That's how I feel with half the fucking animes and video games you say. I'm just like deathly fucking slobber slish slash sword something blah 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 tech.
Well, one I would recommend lately is just called Solo Leveling. Thank God for the simple titling.
So what huh?
Solo Leveling, kind of like RPG.
Role playing game.
Wow, you two words that are in English. You're like, what's happening? Excuse me. Okay.
like a LARPer.
Enough stalling again. The video I'm pairing, which you saw turn, is called Harvest Moon. Save the Farmland.
That?
No, that's Sailor Moon.
I fucking tried.
You're close though. I'll give it to you.
Sailor versus Harvest.
Yeah.
Fucking God, cry me a river.
So Harvest Moon is a long time series. It is very old. But it's a very strange series. It's gone some weird exchange in our hands where like in the very beginning, like instant fan favorite, like not like too critical acclaim and mainstream success, but it had this very small niche that everyone loved when it came to, get this, arcadey farming simulating.
Like Farmville?
Like Farmville.
Oh my God.
And people absolutely loved it. The developer kind of like outgrew it in a way where they're just like, we want to do like more ambitious things, spun out from the parent company that just wanted this studio to like make it forever. And so they spun out, and now the parent company that has no developers just like, fuck it, we're going to keep making it. And they just kind of like ruined it. While these ones made like a spiritual successor, and like they kept making good games. And so like a lot of like strange mixed feelings going on with the series right now. Somewhere in this in-between point, before that split off, was a game for the PS2 called Harvest Moon, Save the Farmland. And
why does that like harken to my Patriot side? Save the farmland.
It is a simple 3D game, the 3D camera, and it's like features like kind of stubby chibi style like anime characters. And you got this guy with his backwards hat and his fucking Final Fantasy hair. Well, actually, Final Fantasy hair is pretty outrageous. It's a simple Final Fantasy hair where, like, instead of angles, they allow curves in the hair. But and the story just begins like, hey, I don't remember if the grandpa passed away or he just retired from his farm, but he was just like, hey, grandson, take over my farm. Also, I haven't been there a little while, so it's kind of fucked. Bye. And it's on a letter, which was like, thanks, grandpa. Although nowadays, if I ever read a will that's being like, yeah, I left you a house, I'd be like, well, now I don't have to go outside.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have to save for the rest of my life.
And yeah, I don't have to get, I don't know, $250,000 of the debt.
Hell no. So that's how it starts out. And from the very beginning, you're visited by a fairy that's kind of like protects the land. And she's just like, hey, check this out. Freaking, she's straight up, she doesn't say this, but she's straight up like, hey, corporate America is trying to fucking come in here and bulldoze your entire town. But if the town is like lively, like, you know, has plenty of like, you know, life and value and all this stuff, they'll probably just go away, which is not how corporate America works, but whatever. It's fine.
Interesting. Yeah.
There's like, they want to take out the village and like, you have to save the farmland. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Subtitling. And yeah, and that's just pretty much how you start from the game.
Oh my God, that looks scary.
But from there, you can literally do whatever you want. You can wake up, immediately start like, you know, tending to the dirt and like, you know, put some seeds and grow some like freaking corn or like whatever the fucking hell. You can get little awesome, you can get awesome little cows and like milk them, and they're all friendly cows. And the better health and experience that your cows get, the bigger the jug of milk they fucking give. It's like a cartoon golden jug of milk where you're just like, oh shit, this milk is gonna give me like fucking $5,000. And then you hit the put it in my backpack button, and his animation is literally like, it's like, what? Are you fucking Doctor Strange? How the hell did you do that shit?
Interesting. Okay.
And then you run around the village being just like, hey,
buy my milk.
You run around the village asking people to buy your milk. But what probably like 98% of players do is immediately see the flower girl with the pink hair, and you go like, I'm going to wife that bitch up. And so you go over there, you hit on her every day, you get her the gift she likes, and you talk to her every day, and she ends up liking you. It's all cute and nice. And then you see a dog in the corner of the field, and you're just like, hey dog, come here. And you try to chase him to like pet him, and then he runs away, and you're like, ah, you asshole. But you can kind of cheese the game. If you chase him for like 10 minutes straight, he'll eventually give up, and you can pick him up, name him, and all of a sudden he's yours. Apparently you're supposed to wait like several weeks, but if you just cheese the game and chase him forever, he'll eventually go up. Anyways,
you just literally wear him out, literally.
Literally wear him out. Every single day you can go on the other side of the village, work for this guy part-time. He'll give you like $2,000, but like you're just like, if I work hard enough, my milk can give me more than that, so fuck this job.
Corporate America.
And then like there's a guy in a mansion like on the other side of town. I think he's the mayor, and you can just be like, hey, what up, man? And he's just like, oh, nothing, it's fine. And you're just like, you know, they're trying to bulldoze our village. And he's like, it'll work out. And you're like, guess I'm doing this on my own. And then you visit the fairy lady who encouraged you to save the farmland. And like, I forgot what the point of going to her was, but she's just like, hey, you're special and you're awesome, good job. And you go, aw, and then you go home and you go to bed. And it's just so wholesome. It's sweet. And I swear I'm making this game sound more boring than it is, even though I'm excited while I'm talking about it.
You're going to play it tonight, my good sir?
But I'm going to play it tonight, sauced up on Paraduxx and decoy cab. And I'm just going to be like, whoa.
You're like, time to tend to my cows, bitches.
What the hell's on my screen? This isn't the game.
That's why I was all like, what the fuck? Why is like that lady's face all scary?
I don't know. Why isn't this bigger? Go bigger. There. There's the dog you chase.
She looks like one of those like Kyoshi warriors off of Kyoshi Island in Avatar.
And that's a dude.
What? Wow. Okay.
You always gotta love the what when Victor doesn't understand something.
Are those fucking chickens?
Yeah, if you have healthy,
You're telling me those aren't knockers?
If you have healthy chickens, they shit out golden eggs that are bigger than them. It's hilarious as hell.
So not physically accurate, but hey, we'll take it.
But here's why this game is fuzzy and warm and special to me, and is my second home. Obviously, during the PS2 era, I was a younger lad, maybe the peak of my life. I'm joking. And I'd sit in front of the TV, and me and my sister would play this game. Like,
oh, it's multiplayer too?
No, we just pass the controller. Or like literally I would play and she would watch me, and I'd go to bed and she'd stay up all night. And I'd wake up and I'll be like, you passed me. And she's just like, that's what happens when you sleep like the weak bitch. And she just keeps tending her cows. And I'm like, you got golden milk jugs. Like, I hate you. And anyways. And
so yeah, this is also nostalgic for you.
It's very nostalgic.
Back when life was easier.
Fun fact, I've never played that game to the very end.
Why?
I don't know. It's like once you get like the romance scene, which By the way, there's no kissing. Big thumbs down for me. You gotta have some kissing when you have romance option. But no, the ending.
Well, there was never really any kissing in Harry Potter, right?
There should have been. But like the ending romance scene, no matter who you pick, they're just like together staring at the beautiful lake, and they just go, "What a nice year we had." And the camera pans up and it's over. And it's just like, what the fuck?
That's how it ends. And then you start it all over. New year, new harvest.
That's the sad part. It's like, that's not even like the end. That's just like when you romance them to max, you get that scene. And then you're like, all right, now you have like what? 2 more months left to save the farmland. But you already met the criteria. So it's just like, you can just fuck off for the next 2 months.
And then what happens when the 2 months are up?
The 2 months are up. You get the cutscene where it's just like, yay. And all the fairies and the little gnomes are just like, yeah.
And there's no sequel to that?
No, man.
Oh, so that's why you don't want to finish it then.
No, Harvest Moon's like Final Fantasy. Every single one is just a new one with a brand new story that has nothing to do with the last one.
Fucking Fate Night Stays shit.
Yeah, man.
Ugh.
Yeah, man. That's Japanese storytelling. Things end. Then you start a new one with the same themes.
Alternate realities. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. But
you know what you would hate?
a lot of things.
An anime named Erase.
An anime named Race?
Erased. Yeah. Because not only does the main character travel back in time, but the storyline bounces between the 2 timelines multiple times, and you'll be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
That's how I feel about fucking whatchamacallit, new Vegeta versus old Vegeta and fucking Dragon Ball Z.
New Vegeta.
What is it? It's fucking like he goes and kills the fucking purple alien dude, then he comes back, and then it's like,
yeah, this one. Good series. Fantastic.
How many?
Not that long. I think it's like 14 episodes.
14 or 400?
14.
Oh. Okay, that's doable.
Anyways. Yeah, I love Harvest Moon. Strangely enough, every other entry in the series I like don't care about. I'll play it for the equivalent of the end game 2 months, not a real life 2 months, but like I'll get like a few months into the game and I'll be like,
that's enough.
That's fine. I see the gameplay loop, and for some reason the gameplay loop in Save Farmland does not bother me. Part because it's too nostalgic for me. It's too powerful.
Tonight we're playing Harvest Moon.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna need more of this.
Have at it. Yeah, I think that's a fucking excellent pairing, my good sir.
Thank you very much.
So now you have it. 2001 Sigala's Rabad, Sautern, First Growth with Harvest Moon.
Dude, if I had that bottle playing that game, it'd be an all-nighter.
Well, I mean, it's a little half bottle of wine. You gotta, sip it like a fine whiskey, even though it tastes like the nectar of the gods.
Maybe I will, Victor. You don't know how I live my life.
Well, if you find some, let me know. I want to buy some too.
Although you are literally in like 1/7 of my life. Well, at least going by a week. Wait, what's that math? If we do this show for a year and we meet consistently once a week, how much of a percentage of my life you're taking?
14%.
Man, you're good.
I think.
I mean, I'm gonna take your word for it. I don't math.
Yeah, because let's see, so if it was 5 days, that would be 20%. If you do 7 days, you shave off 2% off each day. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So yeah, about 14, 15%.
I will not let you take into account that we're probably hanging out for like 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah, that'll probably whittle it down like maybe about like 6%. I think.
Very nice. Anyways,
touche.
It's good to math our friendship.
Yes, that's always like criteria number 1, especially at the office. I math everybody. I'm just like, quick, what's 7 minus 12? And they're like, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? 7 minus 12.
Dude, I failed that so hard.
What?
Remember, it was like me and Kaylin, and we were just like, who gets girls' night? And you're like, quick.
What math problem did I ask?
I think it was the same one, if not slightly different. And I was like way off. I was like 4, and it was just like Octavio put that sound clip that's like, what?
Let's do this the easy way. So 12 is 2 more than 10.
Right.
7 is 3 less than 10. Mm-hmm. Therefore, you get 2 plus 3. 5. And then there we go.
I think I said 4.
Yeah, see, you were so off. I don't even remember what Kaylin said.
He got it right away. He just questioned. That boy has no confidence. Sorry, Kellen.
He has confidence. I think he just likes to second guess himself more than often. Well, I mean, is it the same thing? Probably not. But.
It's like that millennialism that we got, where it's just like we're saying an answer that's correct, but we don't want to sound like.
But I don't know. At the end.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like there's a problem with us trying to be authoritative. That's just not in our beings.
I think we millennials, we care too much about our pets, unregrettably so, and not too much about life. And I'm fine with that.
That's okay. Yeah. Although, when it comes to video games, I talk with the utmost authority.
He is the law.
And that's my transition to my pairing.
Alrighty, let's have at it.
Because, as you know, Mr. Victor, I give you a little hint. I read a book about video games.
Oh my God. Okay, go.
Now, here's what you guys are making me thinking. It's like, Victor, didn't you literally say on this show that books are for nerds? I did. And I was being a big fat nerd all week because I challenged myself to be like, dude, okay. So there's this book, which is Blood, Sweat, and Pixels by Jason Schreier. And Jason Schreier is one of my favorite video game reporters. Like, he's like legitimately a reporter. When you think of like a video game reporter or a critic, you think of you think of someone who's just like, you know, going to third world countries dodging bombs and like being just like, oh, I gotta find the corruption. There's none of that in the video game industry, except for like personal and like the way like corporate politics, though, how they kind of affect video games. And since that's the only angle you could go at, Jason Schreier jumps in head first, and he's just like, how many people were laid off? How many sexual harassment lawsuits did this company have in like the past 5 years? How much is he gets in it, and I love him for that. So he wrote this book about the difficulties of making a video game, and each chapter is a different studio making a different game, and it ranges all the way up to like corporate, like thousands of employees making a single game, all the way down to stories about a single guy just making it out of his 2-bedroom apartment.
Huh. Okay, so it's all over the place.
Yeah, video games are vast. And every single chapter, as I alluded to the last episode, was like captivating to me. Like, I was upset every single time my lunch break was over, or that I had to go to bed, or
that
like
life.
or anything in the matter. Because like every single one, I'd be in the middle of a sentence of like this take that like a video game producer would have, where he's just like, he would just straight up be like, I thought we had it. I thought it was great. And then you have these meetings after meetings after meetings about like this mechanic not working, this cinematic not working, bunch of game breaking bugs going on. And then you just sit there with your other like studio leads, the managers in charge of everything. And you look everyone in the eyes and you just go, I think we got to delay the game, which sounds like a fair like solution to have. Like, hey, let's give our workers more time, but that's more time that you have to pay them like every month, which means the budget goes from like 8 million to like fucking 15 million. And you're just like, is someone going to give us that difference? And you have to go to your publisher, and the publisher's just like, how about instead of an additional 5 million, I give you like 2 more millions. Like, then we can only delay by like a few months instead of a year. And they're like, yep. And they go, and then my alarm would go off, and I'm like, fuck.
So what happens in that case? The game just gets released with a whole bunch of glitches?
In that case, in this one instance, the one I'm referring to particularly is the story of Blizzard when they're making a Diablo game. One of the games you want to try.
Ah, yes, the one that's going to kick my ass.
Yeah. And yeah, there's just like, it just launched. Now, it wasn't so much time. There's like a lot of like, hindsight that they could have like worked out, but basically when it launched, they're just like, oh, people love Diablo games for their hardness, so let's make these certain areas hard. But what they didn't realize was the areas that they made hard when you put on the hardest difficulty, the only way to possibly like realistically beat it is to have really good gear. But to get the good gear, you have to play through this. You have to play through the difficulty.
God, I just can't roll in there and get my ass kicked.
Yeah, it's just like in order to get the best gear, you have to play the hardest difficulty. But in order to play in the hardest difficulty, you have to have the best gear. It's like the chicken and egg kind of situation.
Bullshit. I'm already upset.
And it's just like, whoa, we really did not think this through. There's also server issues where like on day one.
Oh, so that was not meant to be from the very start.
No, what? Oh, the difficulty?
Yeah.
Well, you can pick the difficulty whenever you want. You can start the game and be like, I'm gonna put on.
Yeah, but it wasn't the original intent to, if you wanted to play the most difficult setting, you have to have the best gear.
Right.
They fucked up.
Oh yeah. See what I mean?
Ooh, someone get fired?
Surprisingly, no. I mean, there are layoffs after the game was shipped, but that always happens in the industry. When you ship games and those developers no longer have a game to be working on, that's just extra cost for no reason. So publishers are like, nope, I'm not paying for that, and the developer can't pay for it for themselves. So they're like, okay, fine. 200 jobs just gone, and
then they just go find jobs at a new studio.
Yep.
And then it happens all over again.
And you have to hope that there's a studio nearby so you don't have to move. But a lot of times there's not if you're not in an area that has game studios everywhere.
So that's like what, LA, Seattle.
Yeah, you gotta live in Seattle, you gotta live in LA, you gotta live in Montreal, you gotta live
New York.
London. New York surprisingly has very little game developers. I think, in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if there's like amount you can count on two hands.
Damn. So New York is lacking there.
Yeah, New York. We're all the New York
But I'm
gamers.
pretty sure all those finance bros and fucking venture capitalists are going down on Diablo 4 or some shit.
Oh yeah, and yeah, and in the case of like the single developer, like the guy who made Stardew Valley, you know, he in a way had the perfect situation because he was just one guy making a game, and he can somewhat like he didn't really have to pay for himself. It was just like a pet. It was like a pet project for himself. He's just like well, I work in a movie theater, and because I'm doing this on this side, like I don't have to worry about giving myself a monthly check. So I can just work on it indefinitely. But then like he was a creative perfectionist, so like everything he worked on, like as he worked on it, he'd be like when he started, he would make like a little pixel sprite art person. Mm-hmm. And then when he got better at making it, he's just like, well, I have to go back to that original sketch I did and make it even better. To which, you know, Bane like, oh, I'm only going to work on this for 6 months. Every single time his internal deadline was over, he was just like, just a few more months. And before he knew it, he was working on this game for like 4 years. To the point where as a creative, you're like, I've been working on the same thing for 4 years. I'm sick of it. I don't want to do it anymore. And so like he would stop working on the game and for like
prolong it even more.
Yeah. And like, meanwhile, he's just like blogging about it. He's just like, oh yeah, I'm doing this for a game that's not even out. And all of his blog fans would just be like, release the game. I want it so bad. And he's just like, I can't because it's like not perfect in my head.
But it's something that PlayStation would release without a doubt.
Oh yeah. They would have told him, like, yeah, just release without bugs and then patch it. Like stuff like that. So there's a wide ranging of stories that are just like that. A bunch of people who thought they could create a thing with like 100 chefs. What was that saying goes? Just like more chefs.
Too many chefs in the kitchen leads to disaster.
Spoils the broth. And so like with that in mind, it's like literally a miracle any video game gets made. That being said, every large video game project that is announced and gets shipped, there's probably hundreds of prototypes that never see the light of day.
Grand Theft Auto.
Exactly. They probably prototype so many different mechanics and like arts and things like that, and which to just get cut. They're just like, we don't have, it's like, that's not good enough, or we can't make it in time. Cut it. And so.
Damn. So someone's like years worth of work could just.
Exactly. That's another painful part. You can have like this one like environment artist who's just like you said, I've been working on this for 2 years. And the technical people don't have the time to implement it into the main game. So they just said, nope, cut it out. And he's like, at least I got paid.
Yeah, but I mean, that has to be debilitating mentally to some degree. It's I put in all my time and effort to be part of this team, and I got paid for it, yeah, but I got nothing to show for it aside from money.
No, yeah. So Victor, I can go on and on, but I think I'm gonna leave it there. It's a fascinating book that I recommend everyone. But what would be a wine, beer, or spirit that would go with the amazing, vast world of video games that is behind this kind of secret curtain of just brutal, mentally breaking, and political ass corporate stuff? That is game making.
Can I be frank with you?
What's that?
At that point, what I just heard is a tale of fucking misery. That does not in the one bit inspire me to want to become a video game person. So,
you know what's strange? It kind of did for me. Like, I've been wanting to learn how to code for like a few years, and I've taken a few like little, like I read a few things like on the internet, and I have a book. But like other than that, like I'm just too lazy to learn. But this book inspired me to pick up coding.
yeah, I mean, for me, if I'm stuck in a situation like that, the last thing I want is something complicated, something that's going to make me think. At that point, I'm like, fuck, I spent, 4 years working for this thing, and I'm not even getting recognition for it. The whole point of what I was working on isn't going to even be showcased in the show or in the, in the media.
Yeah.
What can I possibly do to make my life feel like something? And at that point, as raunchy as this sounds, Coors Banquet. Oh. I want a beer that's simple. I want a beer that's good. I want a beer I could drink 50 of and be like, damn, this is comfort. I want something so refreshing, so easy, so simple that I don't want to think about it. I just want something I'm familiar with that's going to make me feel safe, and that is Coors Banquet. Runner up to that would be Jack Daniels. It would honestly just be a Jack and Coke. I'd be like, you know what? 2 shots of Jack, 1 shot of Coke, and like 2 or 3 ice cubes, and that's good enough to set the tone. Now, that is for the more nihilistic view of that, which is what I took out of it. Now,
I mean, that's part of pairing. You either pair it nicely or you contrast it nicely.
Yeah, so if I'm going the defeated route, it's Coors Banquet and Jack Daniels or Jack and Coke. Now, if it's like in your situation where it leaves you feeling inspired to do stuff, what would be a beverage that would make me feel inspired? God damn it. I'm not going to say it because I just talked about it like 20 minutes ago, so I'm going to pick a different one. Something that is going to make me feel inspired. I don't know, man. There's a select few of them. That's the thing, is that like in a situation like that where I'm like, is this my hopes and my dreams like turned into reality? At that point, I have to go with good old Westbrook Viognier, my guy.
We got to go back to Westbrook.
Not just that, we need to find some more Viognier. So specifically, I am talking about the 2009 Westbrook Simpson Vineyard Viognier. If that wine doesn't make you feel inspired, I don't know what will. I mean, that wine at that point was what, 10, 11 years old when we had it?
Oh, yeah.
It was 10, 11 years old. And by all sakes, Viognier is a forsaken grape after 5 years. It doesn't taste like anything. It's just bland and oily and disgusting. But that Viognier, it was something magical. It was like, holy fucking shit, what the fuck? Why does it smell like honey? Why does it smell like pears? Why does it smell so goddamn good? That is a wine that I will say is easily in the top 5 best wines I've ever had and probably ever will have. It's not expensive. I think we bought it for like, what, $10 a bottle? Good luck finding it. Good luck finding any now. It doesn't exist now.
Not me. I wanted to, but you bought the rest of it.
Yeah, there you go. Fight me, kill me if you want that one, because I ain't giving it up. But I got 2 bottles left, and I am not. That is no one's gonna touch those wines.
I have to cross my fingers for one day. Victor is feeling like a nice deity to share that bottle. And only one of them. Yeah, only one of them, if that, because that bottle of wine is just not going anywhere. But yeah, I mean, that wine is just something that's like unparalleled, that really shows you, like what
potential a wine can have to change you, to make you think in a different way, to be like, God damn, this is wine? Like, it's something that really is like nearly intangible unless you've had it, which you have had. Mm-hmm. It's a wine that just makes you think, like, even if you don't know shit about wine, you taste it, you're like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell is this shit? Or you could be a seasoned wine drinker and be like, bitch, this is the most refined, elegant, just rambunctious, but like flamboyant and flattering liquid that I've ever had. It's delightful. Mm-hmm. So those would be my two official pairings for that. Depends if you're on the shitty receiving end of, being laid off, or if you're on the elated side of, I accomplished something I thought I never could achieve.
It's like, hey, we launched our game. Our Metacritic scores in the 90s. I got my bonus, and I get to work on the sequel. Yay.
Exactly, yes. Now, one other
I lost my wife during the 6 months of crunch, but hey.
Now, there is just one more little pairing, and that is going to be if you do accomplish something like that. Like, say you are... Every card you played was right, and all the work you did is going to be showcased in Grand Theft Auto, 7?
Oh, we're on 6 now.
Oh, same shit. So yeah, all the work you did is going to be showcased on that. You got a big-ass bonus, and you are in a mood to celebrate. There are a lot of people that would probably offer you a more expensive bottle of wine, but I'm still going to stick to my guns here and say, you know what? Go to your local store and buy the coolest-looking $20 Riesling you can and order some Thai food.
But not grocery.
Yeah, sorry. But not, yeah, go to a wine shop. $20 Riesling, just ask them, hey, what's the best $20 Riesling you have? That's all you're going to need. And get yourself some good Thai food, and you're going to have a wonderful night, because the combination of Thai and Riesling, have you had that yet?
I'm going to have to. I love Thai, though. I just hadn't had any Riesling.
It's like something so flavorful as Thai food with something so electric and refreshing as Riesling. It's a combination that really is just joy at its finest. When you have those two together, you're just like, God damn, my life is great. And that's something you want, if your work is going to be featured on Grand Theft Auto 6. So 3 official pairings for that one.
There you go. Man, there's a lot. You know what's funny about your Coors Banquet one? That, like, the comfort thing. There was a chapter, which I think was also the Diablo chapter, where like this like project lead was like working on it so much and like just crunching it. And for people who don't know what crunch is, it's like when you literally almost never go home because you're working on this game because it has to be done in 4 months and there's way too much work to do. And so this guy would just straight up go home, watch his comfort show that he's already binge watched 16 times, grab a bag of Cheetos because he knows he loves it, goes to all these things that he just knows is good and doesn't have to worry about. Because that's just, you got to find comfort when you're in
I don't want to say, I really don't want to say that Coors Banquet is my favorite beer, but I don't think anybody could prove otherwise that it is not. Coors Banquet is just a goddamn good beer. It's not the best, I know that, but to me it is. Mm-hmm. I mean, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, fucking great. Uintah's Pumpkin Ale, the one that we had here on the show, yes. Fucking great. Squatters, Wasatch Brewing, great beers. But, I mean, Coors Banquet, man, in a can. I know it's $20 for 30-pack, but believe me, it's just, it's fucking great.
You know, it's funny, too.
It's literally like 17 cents a can.
Yeah, there you go. What's funny too is
no, it's 60 cents a can. Sorry.
The last chapter is about a video game that never came out. Which is a differentiator. Like all the other chapters are about games that came out and like were either buggy or miraculously really good. The last one just straight up never came out, and that was Star Wars 1313. A studio called LucasArts, highly prestigious. When they were first founded, made all sorts of amazing games that everyone loved. And then their quality dipped because they kept switching studio presidents like every 5 to 8 months.
Oh my God, there's no stability.
There's like not even the executives were safe at the studio and all this stuff until finally they were just like, oh, let's make Star Wars 1313 and let's have like legendary veteran developers on it, and let's have like this budget, like just fucking everything's just maxed out to 11. and was just make a really good game that's like on par with like Uncharted. And then Disney bought them. They bought Lucasfilms, which means they bought LucasArts. And then and at the time, Bob Iger, Disney CEO, was just straight up like, games, and closed the studio. And that day, this is my point. That day, one of the developers, I believe he was like a UI guy, the guy who, when you press buttons and like menus pop up, that's what UI means. The day they announced that the studio was closing and that logistically that meant they had like a few days to like just grab what they needed and leave. Instead, that guy just went straight to the bar across the street.
And what did he order? Do we know?
They didn't say. But
I mean, again, your life's work.
Although the book did note that the bar was called Final.
Final punch in the face. Destiny does not look with favor upon us.
That's game development, y'all.
You know, that's something that I would have never thought about either. I would have thought that video game developers are all like lucky people.
Oh, I'm sure they are when they get there.
Well, but I mean, when you get laid off like that, or when your master project like that gets just like, we don't care. Fuck it.
It's like everything before the budget meetings, the schedule meetings, the crunching, and maybe you guys getting laid off. Everything's just amazing. You're just like, oh, wow. Me and my friends are helping to make a video game. And then,
that's depressing. You know, that would call for a Coors Banquet.
And then an executive that you recognize is start walking through your halls and you go, oh, fuck, what are they here for?
Us, when the district manager used to roll around and we'd be like, what the fuck? Why is the Grand Inquisitor here?
This is like the second time they visited this month. What's going on?
I'm sad now for the game development world, but
anyways, thank you for your pairing, Victor.
Yeah, no, thank you for the lovely book. That's going to be a book I'm going to have to buy and read, even though I don't give a shit about,
Oh, you want to borrow my copy? I'm done with it.
No, because I'm going to probably keep it for like 8 months before I actually read it.
Oh, that's fine. We're good friends and we got a show together.
That is true. I mean, that might be motivation more to read it, but I don't know. I kind of like owning the books.
Hold on.
Can I buy it off you?
You have to stall them again.
Yeah, that's true in a way. That is true in a way. He's walking away. So back to our regularly scheduled programming. So in the Libournais region of the right bank of Bordeaux, you have Pomerol, you have Saint-Emilion being the satellite appellation. So you have Puy-Seguin, Saint-Emilion, Saint-Georges, Saint-Emilion, Montagne, Saint-Emilion, and Lussac, Saint-Emilion, those being the 4 satellite appellations. That covers the right bank. The right bank is going to be mostly planted to Merlot. So you have the left bank, you have the right bank, and then in the south, you have the Sauternes region. Oh, he's back. Okay, perfect. Oh, that book.
Yeah.
You put it up here once.
I sure did.
You have 2 of them?
So this is the book I was reading. So there you go. And the reason why I'm okay with you borrowing it, unfortunately, you can't buy it off me because I'm never gonna have another opportunity. Although I do have the audiobook. Anyways,
why can't I listen to the audiobook?
Point is because the reason why I don't mind you borrowing this is because I'm going to be reading Jason Schreier's next book, Press Reset, which is about people who get laid off after they finish their game.
Oh, the Coors Banquet people. Oh my God. I'm so depressed again.
Yeah.
Pillars of Eternity.
Yeah, this game.
Destiny.
This game tries to look into the question, which is when video games are a like
You gotta be fucking kidding me, man. You gotta be fucking kidding me. When I think of a game reporter, that's exactly. I'm gonna shut up. Jason, we love you.
This question, the question that this book looks into is like, even though the video game industry is a multi-billion-dollar, close to $1 trillion nowadays, industry, why are so many people getting laid off?
That's an age-old question that Coors Banquet would have the answer for. Take me to the bottom and read me the tea leaves.
And it's funny because I'll add this. Jason makes this observation as well, but there's a lot of people who it's kind of like an open knowledge kind of thing that Nintendo, publisher and developer of the great things like Nintendo Switch and Mario and Zelda and all those things, one of their secrets to success is straight up employee retention.
Really?
When you're hired at Nintendo, you have a pretty high chance of just you have that job for the rest of your life.
God damn.
Oh yeah, and they benefit from it because when people were working on Breath of the Wild, and then moved to Tears of the Kingdom, which was the sequel.
Yeah, that's Legend of Zelda, right?
That team was pretty much exactly the same, except they hired more people. And
damn, that's a lot of knowledge you keep there.
Exactly. That's the secret to Nintendo. They keep their development knowledge because they use that to make better games over time.
Damn, Nintendo, good for you.
And yet every other publisher, and it's not developers, because developers, all they want to do is make games. But publishers are just like money people are like, all these people are like extra $1 million. You have the $1 million. If you keep them, the next game will be better.
Yeah.
If you just immediately assign them a new project, then that's not wasted money.
Is that like Costco versus the world? It's like Costco pays their employees well, gives them great ass benefits, and they end up staying there for like 30, 40 years. And I mean, customer service at Costco, I don't go there for the customer service, but I will not say I've ever seen a disgruntled employee at Costco. Versus if I go to like, I don't know.
I may have met a tenured employee, and not tenured in the traditional sense, but just being like the attitude that they've been there for a while. But it's not mean. It's just kind of like, just do it. It's over there.
Damn, well, he's getting paid like $45 an hour.
And but no, yeah, it's just like, and that's the crazy part. All these publishers think that in video game development, you make a game and then you ship it, and then you have to spend months thinking about your next game. No, these developers are smart. They think about their next game in the middle
of working on the current one.
Exactly. So it's just like, if you just keep paying them,
how often does Nintendo release video games? Is it more than any other developer?
I would say so, yeah, because like as you know, they also have to handle the responsibility of making consoles. And for every console, like, they release a healthy amount of first party games.
Damn.
Every cycle. So yeah, I would say
Nintendo really got it figured out then.
Yeah. I mean, the quality isn't perfect, but they still make
but they got happy employees, and happy employees make great games.
They have happy
Look at Mario.
Mm-hmm. The only thing they ever have to worry about is like having a game out in time for like holidays where people buy the most games, like Christmas.
Oh, you're fucking kidding. But developers do that on purpose. They release games near Christmas.
Of course. Are you kidding me? You gotta follow the sales data, baby. When are people buying video games the most? When they're buying gifts.
I would have thought it would have been like Easter. Like, he has risen. Buy me a new video game. Give me something in the Easter basket.
The reason why people release games more closer to March is because that's the end of a fiscal quarter.
Fucking course, it all makes sense. And here I was thinking it was just spring break.
When all your stockholders are just like, what's going on? They're like, don't worry. We're releasing a game at the very end of a quarter. That wait still counts.
These motherfuckers.
But anyways. We just taught you things.
Yeah, we did. We taught you a lot of shit right now. Well, actually, he did not mean. I only taught you about Bordeaux.
You were teaching stuff every time I walked away.
That's the white noise. Because they come here to listen to you, not to me. I just force feed them, Victor, like foie gras ducks.
What are you talking about? This is our show.
Yeah, but you got the actual like knowledge.
Oh, dude.
I got random facts like how to fucking force feed ducks to make foie gras.
I'm sure if you were to go home and come back on the next episode and gave us your stack of bullshit you had to read for all your wine tests or your biology, microbiology tests and all that stuff, I'm sure it'll be even taller than all these books.
It would, and it would be boring as hell for them, like 99. Yeah, this isn't a microbiology channel, y'all, but if you ever want to hear my thoughts on candidiasis, by all means, let me know. Or Pseudomonas. I also like that one, too. Mm-hmm. Actually, today I was just teaching people about, oh my God, some shit called idiopathic hypertrophic subaortic stenosis. Say that 5 times real fast.
Pardon your French.
Idiopathic hypertrophic subaortic stenosis. Now, that is not worse than Egon Mueller, Schwarzhoff, Bago, Trock, and Biernos-Leysen, but it's a rival match. Yeah, top it off there, saucy boy.
Sorry, Octavio. I hope Octavio's editing this. I had to edit the last one.
I didn't even think about rambling all those goddamn words. Oh my good God. I'm sorry, Octavio. You can feel free to just blur that out and just put blah, 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 blah.
He's going to put in the peanuts like adults, like...
Exactly, yeah, because it's like no one is going to care to listen to big old German words or fancy medical words.
Oh my God. Do people younger than us know what peanuts is?
What?
Do people younger than us know what peanuts is?
I totally misheard that and was like, I'm pretty sure they do, but now that you rephrase that, I don't think they do.
I think memes is keeping it alive, but do they know the show and the comics?
I don't think they do.
It's so sad.
Just like Calvin and Hobbes. Yeah, I think that's far gone.
Yeah. Oh my God. I read Calvin and Hobbes in the fucking newspaper growing up.
Are you a boomer?
I think I caught the tail end of it.
Reading Calvin and Hobbes in the newspaper. I didn't even know that was published in the newspaper.
Yeah, because you know how like what's that family one? What's the one with like
the Flintstones?
No. The one with the super chubby face kids.
Brady Bunch?
No, in the newspaper.
I don't know.
Oh man, this is gonna,
The toilet paper bears?
this is gonna,
I don't know what the fuck they're called, but the bounty bears.
it's
not the bounty
it's not
bears.
Dilbert, but it's like it looks like the dude who made Dilbert drew it.
Joe Dirt?
I'm typing the wrong one. I didn't care about fucking Dilbert. Okay, maybe it's not Dilbert. Oh, anyways, I read comics in the newspaper, guys. I'm sorry, but I did it.
I think I read my first newspaper when I was like 15. That was back in 2008.
You probably had a more exciting childhood than I did. I had nothing to do.
No, I was just outside playing basketball or kicking rocks or killing bugs.
Before my first video game console, I was either playing with sticks and dirt or I was reading comic book newspapers.
Ooh, I was into gardening when I was little too. I like planted corn and vegetables and shit.
What?
Yeah.
The hell? Is that why you care about microbiology? You're just like...
Maybe.
You're like, I wonder how small dirt can be. And then like you just fell down a wormhole.
Maybe. I don't need... Damn. Is that like something I need to tell my therapist?
Yeah, right.
Like, why did I study?
It's like, what's the difference between dirt and dust? And then you realize it's mostly just size, and you're just like, well, how small can something get?
Yeah, dirt and dust. Like, what organisms occupy each one? Damn, that's terrifying to think about. Well, let's not go down that rabbit hole. We're going to bore our viewers with that one.
Oh, wait, but what's that? My friend showed me a picture a long time ago of like one of the smallest like microorganisms, and he looks like a little fun pillow with a weird face. He's like,
oh, the eyelash bugs?
Me? Oh. I was about to Google what's the smallest animal. It probably wouldn't even give me a microorganism. Oh man, what? He looks like a couch.
I mean, they all kind of do. Like, they look like a little, insectoids of some sort. It's like a little floating shrimp. The eyebrow bugs are pretty gross for a lot of people.
I'll ask them and then I'll ask you.
You got to speak to them in their native tongue.
We'll do that deal on the next episode.
On the down low.
Anyways, thank you guys.
Yes,
so much for coming into this clearly saucy episode.
Yeah, you learned a lot though.
Of Corks and Controllers, the most educational saucy show you can find on the internet, I think.
That's true. You learned about Bordeaux and you learned about pixels and blood and sweat and pixels.
Although I do like that show, Drunken History, but the point of that show is that they accidentally tell it wrong because they're so drunk. I'm saucy and we're still telling you straight facts.
That is true. We're dropping knowledge.
I think we fall within the realm. That's a technicality right there. And if you enjoy technicalities, you can head over to our digital tip jar, which is ko-fi.com/corks and controllers. And if you want to get in contact with us, maybe try to get something on our featured mahogany.
Oh, mahogany.
That is podcast@speakhickey.net. Who is trying to contact Mr. Villalvazo? That's just something you're going to have to ponder on your own.
Exactly. You will never know.
Comments, mind your damn business.
Yes. It's called the First Amendment. No, it's not.
And we'll see you guys.
Yes, next week.
Bye.
Time to get sloshed. Bye-bye.